You're live, it's telling me. I'm live. Live and direct. Coming from a backyard in Manchester. Manchester. You alright, kid? How you doing, everyone? Oh, I've got a thumbs up. The first person that come on put a thumbs up straight away. Yes, I. Thumbs up to the thumbs upper. Yes, mate. Is that the mighty Joel? How you doing, Joel? I'm sure that's Joel. Yes, Stephen, Nicholas. Yes, Joel. Hope you're doing good, mate. Thanks for jumping on. I think, were you the first one? Straight out the blocks. Oh, mate, listen. I forgot to set my notifications off, so it's going to probably do that now. Yes, Tony Baloney, Magna Carta. Thank you for jumping on. This is an impromptu, and the topic matter is not probably going to be interesting to everyone on this channel. Yes, and just waiting for more people to jump on. I'm loving it. Partly the reason why I wanted to do this stream is to talk about what I'm going to be doing next week. And I looked at the weather and I'd got my work done, and I thought, right, I love doing streams in my backyard when it's sunny. Yes, Mike, I'm in the building trade, but always learning film. Aren't we all, mate? Aren't we all? You know, you never stop learning, do you? You never stop learning. And I think the worst mistake anyone can make is to think that they've got it all, they've got all that knowledge in place. Because, no, you can't. You can't do that. Bollocks to that. What was that? What was that? Why was testicles mentioned in that comment? I don't get it. It needs to come back up. Bollocks to that, Phil. What? Just post your number. Oh, what is that regarding decorating? Oh, sorry. Sorry. More notifications. I don't even think I can I? No, I don't even think I'll be able to do anything now because I'm on. Right, so I'm going to get going because this ain't going to drag on. Because, like I say, the topic matter is probably not that interesting for people. Yes, Steve and Greg. Ah, you're decorating Staley Bridge, right. Okay, what it is, as ever, when I've been doing my videos working, people often, even if I'm talking about whatever I'm talking about, could be a terrorist event, and I'll be painting a wall whilst talking about the terrorist event. But yet, some people comment on me finish, the fact that I'm not using the right brush, maybe. The fact that I'm not using roller when they feel I should be using a brush. You know, there's all kinds of comments that people, you know, it's a visual thing, so people maybe tune into that visual side. So I've kind of got on that from the first moment, and I've not done that for effect. I've just literally, it's easier for me to make a lot of videos whilst I'm at work because of the time constraints, really, being at home. When I get home, I've got to do the tea, blah, blah, blah. The wife's not back till later on in the evening. So I'm kind of like the house father to a degree. Kids come home from school, so I then can't get into do video modes. I can sometimes, but it's difficult. So I try to do it when I'm at work. Yeah, well, see, you sound like a dodgy decorator already. It's about what you can get away with. Oh, geez, maybe you need to watch some of this that's coming up. Oh, look, sorry, people are reacting to the last video, and it might seem that I'm kind of, right, let me get to it, because I'm trying to rush out with everything I'm thinking, but nothing's actually making sense. I've been kind of sat back a little bit, as you know. I don't do a PayPal, I don't get paid, so for me, at the moment, I have to concentrate on my work, I have to concentrate on that revenue, because I'm self-employed. It pisses me off because I want to be like I was 18 months ago and running around every weekend to different places, but I seriously can't do that anymore. I'm not in a financial position to do it, and I've already stated it when it comes to certain parts of the movement. I don't know where it kind of stands at the moment, so until then I'm kind of sitting out of it. So it doesn't stop me kind of looking at it and maybe critiquing it now and then, or praising it depending on what the situation is. So it's been a bit of a difficult situation for me, being stuck here but trying to be involved at the same time. So I've stayed out of it. I'm working with PAG, I'm doing what I'm doing with PAG, but I don't tend to cover PAG as much as maybe people want. I try to give PAG a bit of space and let them get on with it. Just right, well, obviously we're going to need them. So I just leave PAG to get on with it, and every now and then, every few weeks, because it'll get very boring if I was just to go up on a every other day basis, because the news will kind of be the same. It's nice when I don't see Billy for a few weeks, go up, because he's got a shitload of news, different angles, maybe more conviction, you know, all that. So it seems to be a bit of a jump in terms of information, so it's relevant to do that. So that's where I'm at now. Like I say, when I've been doing videos, people mention a hell of a lot about why you open a decorating channel. Yeah, trying times. And I thought, right, I'd love to, but when I decided to come out the movement, as it were, and not really cover it like a lot of other YouTubers, and not jumping about the country like other YouTubers maybe at this moment in time, and I apologise because someone's a noisy bastard right on the other side of this fucking wall. I don't know who it is, but they're getting red pilled in a minute. Noise pollution. That's all I'm going to say. So I've kind of been in this quagmire, and I thought to myself, I want to do videos. I want to do all types of videos, because now I've come out and kind of want to do my own vibe. The ideas are there. Putting them ideas into videos and talking about it, that's where the difficulty comes, because you kind of awash, because I'm no longer following the echo chamber. The echo chamber is easy to follow, because you can just literally react on whatever.
You lose it, like me. So I send a picture of your rubbish, and then you send me a picture. Yeah, basically, yeah. I mean, obviously, a ballpark, it's never
yeah.
I've never seen underneath it, you know. Yeah. You get an idea. We're pretty fair. No, that's good.
Got the bin yard, bin alley at the back. So there's all kinds of stuff going on here. There's a big van parked here, you can pretty much touch it. And they're like, angling away. So, like I say, the ideas I get, and to manifest them ideas into like a new channel that's separate from the echo chamber, it's not easy. You end up in a quagmire. You end up following your heart, which is always the best thing to do. So in terms of what I'm trying to say, in terms of initial content, it slows you right down, because you have to be more mindful about what you're doing. You're not just following and agreeing with other people and putting your spin on it. You're literally creating your own new kind of path. So in order to do that for decorating, I thought, well, that's just another thing, you know. As much as it might be, it's just another aspect I'm gonna have to work on, and then to shoot it and input all the, you know, program it, all the stuff, upload it. You know, I barely get round to covering what I want to cover that's in my head at this moment in time. Well, then I thought, you know what, I've got the next event that I will be attending is the 22nd of June, which is going to be Voicing CSA, which is going to be held in Kent. Now, Voicing CSA is voicing child sexual abuse, historic, and obviously highlighting what's still going on today. Now, the main founder of that is Philip Lafferty, and Chris Harper, an actor who works heavily with it as well. So I didn't cover it in Newcastle because I was up a mountain, trying to be flash, and nearly fell off the bleeding mountain. And I thought, right, well, I'm not missing this one. So this is going to be a big one. You know, I'm going to have to go over there, go down to Kent and stay overnight. Looking forward to it, because I don't really move out the house too much now. So, yeah, that's my next event. So I thought, right, at the moment, I don't want to get involved with the echo chamber. I mean, I've done a couple of uploads, one about Trump and one about a chat I had today. And they're nice. There's nothing I want to really sit and kind of do a video at the moment. Honestly, I'm just thinking where to go and what kind of... but one thing I will say, another reason why I don't want to do too much, is because I'm working with a group that I'm going to call the A-Team. Big thank you to the A-Team. Big respect to the A-Team. There's going to be a project coming out in the next few months, maybe, that we're all kind of individually working on, the members of this A-Team. And so it's going to, you'll see things in the next few months. I don't want to say any more than that, really. So I'm kind of working heavily on that as well in the background. So like I say, to try and cover all bases and be a father and work, I'm like, I can't. So it might seem that I've gone quiet, I've not, things still happen, it's just that I'm not making it apparent. So I thought, right, it's going to be the 22nd. It's going to be the 22nd of June before I'm out. So the way it's working now, the plot I'm in, I'm on the verge of glossing it out, or satin wood, so that's what we're using at the moment. So then I thought to myself, you know what, next Monday, God, but what? Seriously? So I'm starting to plot Monday, and I thought, right, you know what, I'm going to do a series of videos explaining from start to finish when I go in this plot what it looks like, and then starting from the basics, filling, caulking, undercoating, and then down to the emulsioning, and then obviously with the woodwork, which is not even woodwork, it's MDF, but you know what I'm saying. So it's not something that I can actually I can't really put it all in one video, because each one of them, you could kind of talk for a bit. Yes, I can't see your name. Yes, hi guys are jumping on. Oh, Joel's having a laugh here. I know, mate. I'm on the verge of triggering here. I'm on the verge of it. But I'm going to plod on. So I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I'm going to do like individual videos. So I don't even know how long it's going to take. It's not going to be that in depth, because there's only so much you can talk about filling. But in terms of talking about it, I want to be able to show it and show different aspects. Maybe talk about different fillers, and you know what I mean. Try and make it as broad as possible, this video. So we're doing that. I'll probably end up doing, you know, several parts. And yeah, so that is really it. I'm going to start it from Monday. And the other thing I'm thinking of is, where do I put it? Because the first thing I don't want to do, I don't want to make money out of this. So I know people have said, even people who've watched the stream said, there's been comments that have come up, you start a channel, mate, and I'll throw some money in the pot. And that's all very nice. That is really generous, very warm of you. But I'm not in this to make money. And I don't want to, if you like the fact that, you know, decorating and you feel that you're deficient in decorating, then I'll do what I can to help you. I don't need paying for it. Although I have got my own constraints, so in some ways doing this, it might stop me talking about something else, but same again, hey ho, it does seem to be a market for it. Do you seal plastered walls? I'm getting questions already. Right, here we go. Oh, it's gone. I think we call it PVA. Yeah, PVA. Well, yeah, PVA is a bonding agent. You can use it for a lot of different things. I mean, PVA, this is the tips that, you know, they won't tell you in the shop, but PVA is basically wood glue. So if you're ever short of PVA. Remember the wood glue that you used to get in school? And you're doing it all and all the white shit, and you'd be able to get it all over your fingers, and you peel it off, and it's like you were shedding skin. It's the same thing. So you can use it. You can put it on walls, depending on your wall. You can use it when you're tiling as a bonding agent. You know, it just literally gets the dryness out of the walls and puts a layer on it that will make the adhesive stick, or whatever you'd apply to it, stick better. So yeah, watered it down. You're quite right, Steve. Never put it on neat. You got to water it down, really, as they say in the trade, piss it right down. Is it something like 3 parts to 1, 5 parts to 1? But as long as you've got enough in there to kind of, you know, so it's not running down the walls either, I guess. But yeah, so this is it. Honestly, these are questions that I don't mind talking about, you know. But at the same time, I had an element of guilt, because I'm thinking to myself, well, people are going to watch this. Because one comment come up the other day, and it was like a geezer going, mate, I love your political stuff, but I'm desperate for decorating tips. I've got, you know, me house, and I'm kind of in the throes of doing my house up. And I thought, well, you know, that's fair enough. And I think to myself, well, what are people going to think when all of a sudden I've gone from being called a Nazi to running around getting semi-political in my views and running all over the place representing this and that. Next thing you know, how to fill a wall, how to undercoat a skating board. You know what I mean? It's like, what? Are people going to go, what? So I just want to do it. I just want to do it because enough people... What's milkshake? No, you can't PVA your wall with milkshake. That's what you're asking. Super grip primer. See, these are all questions for acrylic primer for tiles. See, everyone, this is the thing. There's going to be a load of divide and conquer, because I know there's a lot of decorators on here that are going to be getting on my case because I'm telling you certain things. But one thing I will say is that every decorator does things in his own way. It's a matter of interpretation. I will have, maybe on occasion, there'll be 3 or 4 painters in individual plots. And when you go in each one of them, they're all doing it a different way, you know, and that's their method that they've locked down. And they get to the end just like I get to the end. And we all have our little bit of snobbery. It's like, what's he doing that for? Why is he undercoating that? All that kind of stuff. But everyone works to their own pace, and everyone has got their own way of doing things. And I've got mine. So all I'm going to be doing is showing you my way of doing things. But my way of doing things, it does create a shit hot finish. Rub down, prep, undercoat. Even a painter's giving it me because I was using a brush rather than a roller. And I had to tell them in the comment section, mate, don't be going there. I agree with you. A roller is quicker, but you know a brush is heavier than a roller. Wood chip. Oh, wood chip. That is old school. Jesus, ever you see wood chip? Honestly, it's like you need a stick of dynamite to get that off your bleeding walls. Just paint the outside render. My mum's house. Yeah, render's not an easy job. Not an easy job, because you've got to get in the nooks and crannies. And render, when it's first on, it's like a sponge. So you have to coat it. If you want a really solid coat, you're talking 4 coats. You know, other decorators might do it in 2. But the Toshers, they're not doing it properly. And they're taking your money and they're running. Yeah? With anything like render, it's got to be well sealed. You've got to have the appropriate paint. It's going to be kind of a web. You've got to get right in every bit of nook and cranny. So sometimes you don't use a roller. Sometimes you've got to get your brush and start doing all that. And it's a pain. But once you've got your initial bit done, the top coat is kind of easy. It just sits on. But so this is it. There'll be loads of different things. I don't know whether I'll be covering render because I don't paint render at work. This is all revolving around a plot, a house, various different stages, whether it be skirting boards, whether it be the sills, window sills. The doors are pre-finished, so I won't be painting doors in this one because they are pre-finished doors. It'll be the architraves, It'll be the staircase because that's wood. And then when you're going onto the water-based paints, which is the emulsion, we're talking about the sea, maybe what brushes you can use, what I use, and how I go about it, and literally kind of filming each layer so you get to see the beginning and the end. It's not going to be a 60-minute makeover. This is the real shizzle. You know what I mean? This ain't no, let's have some clean overalls, throw 20 painters in there and it'll be done in half an hour. You know what I mean? Ain't any of that. That is illegal. Literally is. Fake news. So I'm going to enjoy it. It's going to be different. And it's going to kind of chill me out a little bit. Just set my mind off everything. Because I don't know. Maybe because I'm not involved. I'm still feeling your pain. So, you know what I mean? And because I'm not involved, I'm not kind of getting active in that sense. Apart from the odd video. It's doing me head in. But at the same time, I'm doing my other stuff as well. So yeah, I do need some form of a break. Do need some form of a chill. And just a couple of weeks, literally. Because like I say, the 22nd of June, I would like to think that I've finished this. Because I'll have a load of material from Kent. So yeah, that's roughly, just to give you the heads up. I just thought about it today and I thought, you know what? Why not? Because I didn't want to kind of say to people, this is another annoying thing. People ask you to cover things, and you know, I don't want to be a jukebox and just cover whatever I can, because you can spread yourself too thin. But at the same time, I don't want to make promises to people or say to people, you know what, I'm going to talk about this, and then never really do it. So yeah, I mean, I'd love to do it about DJing sometimes, but same again, I don't want to divert off onto other things too much, because this channel means too much. You know what I mean? The talking points are too serious. I've not gone all light at all. I'm just kind of adhering to what a lot of people talk about, you know. Nice one, Tracy. Well, I hope you get... I'm drunk. Right. Well, thanks for your honesty, mate. Well, you know what? That's the one thing you don't do, decorating. You don't do any of that. I'm drunk, Phil. Plankton Brace says. On the Tom, Dick and Harry. Still punch a lefty. Wow, mate. That Stella's getting you too emotional. You know what I mean? Don't worry about him. Don't worry about him. You need to watch these vids, I think. I know, lefties do you ready, mate. They wind you up. Had to watch a bloke paint chrome rad fittings and pipes. Didn't know. I know. In some ways, mate, this video is going to be like, why is he taking the time out to? But honestly, when I do walk around people's houses, people need tips. Because people, honestly, they butcher their own houses. They fucking do. It's like, what do you call it? Crimes of passion? I mean, what the fuck's going on there? They're living in it, but they're actually abusing their own home by the way they do it, you know? Didn't get that last comment. No rubbing down. You're right. You're right. I will do, Joe. I will do. And I think it's starting to rain here now. Love it. Don't you love it? Manchester weather. Seen a Bible preacher arrested. Where is the so-called tolerance? I know. He's stupid. Bagpipes. Don't go around painting bagpipes. Mate, the love goes right back at you. I'm going to start a rival channel. How to decorate, great bits on it. Mate, get it. We can do it. We can have a... What can we call it? Well, what can the name be called? We'll have to have a little... Brothers of the Brush. Ununited. You cover your aspects, and I'm going to watch your videos, rip the shit out of it, and then I'm going to do my video and go, that's how you do it. There's my moderator. Look at his brush. Look at his filler. You know what I mean? Don't call me a Nazi. Brothers and sisters. Who's the sister? I bet it's me, innit? Blame the black guy. Blame the black guy who's the Nazi. Tony. Yes, Tony. Yes. Yes. Your other half, Tony, will have to maybe come in for a live feed, because Tony's other half is a brother of the Brush also. So we had a very good chat, Jason and I, a couple of days ago, till about 1 a.m, and there was all aspects of different topics covered, as well as painting techniques. So honestly, this is the thing. I don't even know what I'm going to start here, because I know there's at least, what, 100 people must be at least that are painters, or at least proficient in painting. Yeah, everyone's got a different... I've never heard. Tony, there was no need for that. Yeah, I know his name's Jason, okay? And I know every now and then, Tony, I do missay his name, and I do call him Justin. That is very apparent. And Tony, you always make me aware of that point. Yeah, even to the point that when I'm trying to get it out of my head, Tony, you will not. Yeah, you're on me. So what Tony will do when she's texting me and I'm saying, "How's Jason?" "Oh, do you mean Justin?" So she keeps throwing it in my head. So what I keep saying to Tony, but she's not listening, she keeps doing it because she knows that she wants to keep this little crack going, yeah, where I keep fucking his name up. That's what she wants to do. She's doing it again, look. Justin. Nice one, Tony. Nice to know who your friends are. So what she's doing, she's psychologically making it harder for me, because I'm trying to get my head round what his actual freaking name is. But she keeps throwing out different names, and I'm like, even though I've made that initial mistake, I've known and I've owned it and I've moved on. You know what I mean? I love you too, Tony, and the pissing haters, and I love Justin, and I love Jason, or whatever his name is, yeah, or Tom, or Dick, or pissing Harry. I love them all, no matter what colour each of them are, no matter what freaking faith they all are. You know what I mean? You can't plankton. Well, that's good. Fighting in your head. Aren't we all? Jesus Christ. That's why I opened this channel up. And it always the way. So, yes, I hope that's what I'm going to do. Have you seen David Lynn was arrested for freedom of speech? Well, I can't say I know who David Lynn is. I probably should, and that's bad. But if he's arrested for freedom of speech, then sad indictment of where we are. You know, don't know what he said though. I don't know. Don't know whether it was. I don't know. Throwing scissors at women and children tolerated nowadays. What? Who's throwing scissors? I'm not. Don't know what's going on here. I'm kind of reading comments that I don't really know what's happening. Going back to the brushes now. Keep on going, brother. Yeah, right. Stop diverting. Stop talking about Justin and Jason and whatever else. So, yes, I'll be talking about what brushes, you know, the brushes I use, and other makes maybe, you know, different types of filler. The relevance of using these different fillers on whatever it's kind of designed for, the pros and cons, the different types of paint. You know, I'll probably talk about that. I'm only using a particular paint, so I can't demonstrate with anything other than what I'll be using at work. But as we know, I can talk, if I'm using vinyl matte, you know, I can explain about vinyl silk, you know, which are water-based paints. Difference between water-based paints and oil-based paints, the way you can clean your brushes, you know, the way I do it, which, same again, going to create a divide and conquer. What? Tommy campaign says we were wrong, really? Right, Oldham. So what, someone threw scissors at Tommy, or the crowd? Yes, Tony Concrete. Nice one. Let me sit and read a comment for a minute. But yeah, it's going to be all aspects, just something different. Paint skating board stood up with one. What? In a mankina? Listen, I'm going to have to monetize that bleeding video, aren't I? Yeah? If I'm going to do that, I want to make a shitload of money out of it. That's the kind of video that I've made that much money that I'm not asked about what people think about me. I can't go on with my business after painting in mankinis, one leg stood up with me freaking testicles swinging about. You know what I mean? Stripping the walls, right? Right, yeah. Yeah, can talk about all that. Can talk about all that. North London wants special painters. Right. Well, you know, I've never travelled really. I go out of the region slightly, but when it comes to like doing overnighters in the hotels and digs, because I was a family man and kind of a young family, I just wanted to stay clear of it. There was more than enough work around me, really, so I've stayed away from that. It has its good points and its bad points doing that, and I know plenty of people who have gained by doing it and that have lost out, whether it be financially or even the marriage, the relationship with the kids, you know. So yeah, you just watch it, you see it, and you kind of make your own kind of mind up of what you want to do, really. Lining paper, yes, you paint over lining paper, kind of cover the blemishes up if you don't really want to be skimming. Now with lining paper, what you tend to do, well, if you're going to paint it, you kind of lay it as normal, but if you're lining paper before you actually put your top coat paper, because that is old school to line the wall first. A lot of people don't, will just throw it up nowadays. You line it going that way. A lot of people probably know it, but if you didn't, a lot of people do make the mistake and just line it in the same kind of up-down formation as the paper they're then going to follow it on. You don't do that. You go the other way. You start that way with your lining, and then you kind of follow your top coat that way. Yes, Steve, line horizontal. That's probably the better way of putting it, wasn't it? So, yeah, that is it, really. I'm just kind of letting you know. Do you gloss the woodwork and emulsion the walls and ceilings first? You don't gloss the woodwork first. Your glossing always has to come last. I don't get anyone who does any of that first. You've got to do your emulsioning because your emulsion sprays all over the place. So even when I do my undercoating, what I tend to do, not everyone will do it, but this is the way I do it. I fill cork, okay? I sometimes do my ceilings, but if I'm not in the mood to do that, I'll rub my woodwork down. I'll undercoat it all, yeah? Double undercoat the architraves, double undercoat the sills, and then I go onto the ceilings, get the ceilings knocked in, and then literally I'm ready to cut in the walls then. Cut the walls in, roll it, prep it, do all you've got to do, roll the walls out, so then what you're left with is just gloss. So then you slowly but surely, methodically go through the gloss process. Now, same again, everyone does it differently. Me personally, you've got to keep your brush as clean as possible. So your skirting boards are the last thing that you gloss because it gets shit all up in your brush. So I've seen people, honestly, I've seen painters that'll go and gloss an arc, right? And then they gloss the skirting board straight after the arc. They'll go in the next room, start glossing the second arc, and I'm like, what are you fucking doing? All the shit you've just picked up from round there, you're now transferring it onto that arc. And it's like, you know, these are trade. So, to me, when it gloss me window boards next, yeah, they're things that you want the most smoothest. So you've got to keep your brush as clean as possible for that. And then I'll transfer then to the staircase if it needs it, to the doors, and then the skirting boards last. Skirting boards are last, shut the door and out. You don't touch your skirting boards. You know, it's just not worth it. Not worth it. The boys are close. You do need patience. You do. You need patience, and I've got a bit of patience. There's nothing where every decorator will tell you. Particularly if you do what you do, you're working on price and everything's kind of just one plot, another plot, another plot. It kind of gets mundane. So it's hard to have patience when you get into a plot, you know it's a 7-day plot, you've probably got a price for 7 days, but you know it's in such a state, the labour has not been in yet, you've got bits of shit leading up on the walls, you've got an electrician that don't give a shit and he's just racking his tools all up the walls, they're all laughing and joking, spreading the crap everywhere, you've got the plumber who's stripping off all the whatever, leaving plastic everywhere, and you're literally navigating through it all. So you've got to have patience because within a week, you want to start ripping people's heads off. You know what I mean? I had to do it today. To some fool of a joiner. It was fun kind of because I had a lovely conversation with him. A grounds worker. Lovely Irish chap, yeah? And he compelled me to do a little video. And it was ironic. As soon as I stopped the video, went back to work, some dickhead joiner de-taped my banister because he fitted the banister because I'd already taped it up, undercoated it and left it because it wasn't fitted at that point. So he didn't have to do what he'd done. He needed that, just stripped it all and then put it. I've not even glossed it yet. So now I've got to retape that up. And it was uncanny that I was talking about the video where you've got certain trades that, you know, do work and they don't care about you, but then he's a beautiful chap. And then just after I do that, he does that. And I told him, and he's like, oh, sorry, mate, give me the tape, I'll do it. I said, mate, don't worry. I said, I'm just making the point that if I was to do that to your work, you know what I mean? The fucking earth would fall in. And he didn't say nothing, he just walked out. And I'm not doing it in a confrontational way, but when you've been painting for so long, other painters will know. You get bored of having these conversations. It's like, seriously? Has no one got an intelligence? The painters are a finishing trade. Everything they do is making their work look better. Nothing should come follow us, really, apart from putting the carpets down and furniture in. So why do these people... I mean, bear in mind, this same joiner, I just rolled the fucking wall at the top of the stairs. You know what he done? He come in because he had to fit the stairs. He put his tools, leant his box against my wall, like his wall's going to fall... like his tools are going to fall over. The weight of the toolbox is in the bottom of the box, but when they come in and they'll lift the lid against the wall, like the lid of the box is heavier than the fucking tools that are in it, and all of a sudden, if he doesn't support it against my newly painted wall, it's going to knock over his toolbox. I'm like, really? So he done that and put a saw up against the wall. I just painted it. Then, when I'd already seen that, put the saw down, told him about the de-taping, I went about my business downstairs. After he'd done apologising, I went up the stairs. On the right side of the stairs is dirty footprints, where this dickhead joiner has now put dirty footprints because he had to do his job. And it's like, it's fucking like that. I need a brick, not to put on his head, but to bite it, because I'm not fucking mad on that. Ah! Sorry. You think I'm like this on videos? You want to see me at work when some dickhead starts. Do you get it? I stay out of people's business at work, because half the time they're all fucking beer, ribs, football and bullshit. Don't even know what they're talking about. Can barely spell the name half of him. You know what I mean? So I stay quiet, earphones in, doing my job. There's certain people there I can have a cracking conversation with. But anyway, look at me going. I can't help it, can I? I've got issues. What happens when you're red-pilled? Things piss you off very easily. Do you not find that? Or is it just me? So I'm saying I've got patience for painting, but I ain't got patience for people half the time. But I try because I love them all. And I will. You've got to have patience and a creative kind of mind. I know that sometimes and do private work. No, I don't do private work, mate. There's many reasons, really. Mainly because of time. because I like my weekends, but I don't even get too much of that now. Because if I'm not working, if I'm not going out doing other stuff, then I'm literally wanting to do nothing. I kind of just do basic things with the family, you know. Where do I work? I work all over, my friend. Someone's just asked where do I work? Because I do sites. You're just moving. You're never in one place for too long. Sometimes it can be just a plot site. Sometimes you can be there from start till finish. Sometimes you can be just doing a day's work snagging or remedial work or kind of customer care work, which does you nothing, really does. Don't like it. I like being on a site from start to finish. You know, you can set your stall out. They know where you're at. You know where they're at. You know, they can kind of come and ask you and you'll kind of get on with it. You know, and you can kind of get a good rapport and just, you know, everyone's happy kind of scenario. Sometimes you don't get that when you're just on a site for a week. You know, you don't tend to see it. So, I bet you will. That's why I do this shit. You know what I mean? Even though reality says there'll be some wrong'uns not on this stream, but there'll be wrong'uns attached to my channel. And that's one last thing I will say that's been on my mind for a while. I've got too many subbers. I've got too much. Or that way of putting it, the amount of subbers I've got is not relative to the vibe and my point of view, I guess. I mean, not everyone has to agree with my point of view, but there's many subbers that one don't watch my material because I've got like 21,000 subbers and it's about to drop to 20,000. But two, they don't really interject. So what are you doing on there? If I've got 20,000 subbers and I can't get more than 2,000, or even if I'm talking about PAG, I can't even get more than 1,000. But yet I've got a core amount of subbers that are going, you're doing great work with PAG. You're doing great work with PAG. But then you think, well, the numbers don't say that. The rest of the subbers, so if the rest of the subbers are not watching it, not liking it, what's going on with them? So I've got a lot of hangers on. I do feel like I could drop down to like 5,000, 10,000 and have a core following. You know what I mean? So when I've been watching the slight kind of drop, I think algorithmically, YouTube were kind of doing this. They were trying to say they're getting rid of spamming and all that kind of stuff. So they were alerting that don't be surprised if you start to see your numbers drop. And that is what is happening. And plus there'll be people falling off because they don't like the message, they don't resonate, and blue pill fill, all that. Don't give a shit. Seriously, don't. I'm buzzing off the love that I do get. But I still think there's too many on there. I'll get to a core of people that understand where I'm coming from, enjoy the work I'm doing, and just support the channel. You know what I mean? It's like, why sit on there? Why sit on someone's channel when you never watch the stuff and you never thumbs it up, you never share it? What's the point? Get off it and unsub. You know what I mean? Yeah, they are fickle in what stories they want to follow, you know, and I can't say too much of that because I guess I've got a little bit of that. There's people I don't follow, but I'm not sub to them either. So if I'm sub to someone, I watch, you know. Philistine. Got that. Don't worry. I'm not going to block you for saying that. So, sorry. What was that last comment? Let's go grab a massive. Get it. So I'm going to get going shortly anyway. So it's just a short video, but as ever, I enjoy your comments and kind of interject. So it ends up, even if I want to do a 10-minute stream, it'll end up becoming half an hour because I'm enjoying your company and we're just shooting the breeze. You know what I mean? Did I miss that comment again? I have, haven't I? Have you seen the new Technics? Oh, no, I haven't. They've only just started kind of getting back on it, didn't they? I guess what this chap's talking about. Have you seen the new Technics SL1210s? Now, anyone who doesn't, Technics obviously is an audio manufacturer. They make turntables, they make hi-fi parts. You know, Technics are well-established firm for fucking donkey's years. They're very well renowned for robust professional equipment. Now, they made a turntable. It started off with a 1200. I think it was the late 70s, 80s or something. It moved to the 1210. And then it moved off into other little kind of derivatives of that deck. But that turntable, the 1200 and the 1210, just had to pretend to be a DJ, but they really wasn't. But they had to look like they knew what they were doing, so they'd get equipment that looked good, but they couldn't fucking use it for shit. They'd be the decks that you'd see, yeah? Mint deck, heavy, robust, and at that time, they were what they were called direct drive. So there wasn't a belt driven. Remember the old turntable with the belt? Mate, just a little side story. When I was literally first DJing, I couldn't afford Technics, so I had belt driven. I couldn't even afford to, you know, it was rough and ready, whatever. I actually, when the belt snapped, I taped the belt together with sellotape and put the belt back on the turntable. That's how desperate I was to get the turntable to work. Now you can imagine, it's like a fan belt. So it's like taping up a fan belt. So every time that tape that you've had to put on heavy to keep it together, every time it passed, it went, so it's crazy. But the 1210 was the deck of decks. It's like the Lord of Lords, I'm telling you. I still don't think there's any deck. But what they tried to do, or what they did do with this, these didn't have any belts. So it was driven by magnets. So the weight of them were like fucking heavy, robust. So for scratching, like you could get on it. The plate was hard, heavy, you know. The speed in which you kind of release, bringing a new version out, I guess, because they stopped making them in the, what was it, early 90s, and it became more of a collector's item. And then they slowly, within a few years ago, I guess, they started slowly re-emerging, but then with different features, like you could reverse it, it had a different light and all that kind of stuff. And I don't use decks anymore. I've still got my Technics, which are in flight cases, up in my loft. I've got a pair of CDJs up in my loft, and I'm currently using at the moment a DJ controller. Mint. Love it. Love it. You can have so much fun with it. Really? Really? The new 1210s are cordless. Shizzle on my nizzle. Wow. Wow. Plankton, you're amazing, mate. You're amazing. But that's a nice little spin, cordless. So you could literally take it anywhere. Yes, I. Because you know what it's like. Anyone who sets decks up, there's freaking wires everywhere. But that piss shit off. You know what I mean? It's like, you can imagine. I used to have plugs in the wall with double plugs and then fucking double plugs going into that. Because I had tape decks going, CDs going, both decks had a plug, my mixer had a plug. You used any, you know, of a little separate, they'd be all having plugs. It's like you're draining the fucking electricity of your whole area just to do a bloody mixtape. That's how it felt. Nobody likes me. Hey, Steve-O, I love you, mate. All right, okay. So if anyone is interested, this Spectrum command is saying that Technics have got their own YouTube channel. So if you're interested in what I'm just talking about there, get onto the YouTube channel, Technics. You're not that insecure, are you, Steve-O? That's the power of media, though, innit? Imagine. Love you too, guys. So listen, I'm gonna probably wrap it up unless there's anything. But I'm loving chatting crap and shooting the breeze. But I'm gonna get going shortly. It's approaching the hour mark anyway. And I wasn't even intending on doing this for an hour. Literally, like Phil likes me. Jesus, mate, you sound like someone who feels hated in the world. But I love you. Yeah, I love you. Did I get demonetized? I've never been monetized. If that, I've never been monetized. Whoever's asked that question, I have never monetized a single clip on my YouTube, and I won't. It's the same with these videos that I'll be doing in regards to the decorating. I'm not gonna put it on it. I was thinking before. I've got a YouTube channel. I've got a BitChute channel, which I very rarely promote, and I've got 2 Facebook channels, or pages. So I was thinking, I don't want to open a new one just for the decorating, because same again, I don't want to make it too much over there, and create a load more work having a new medium to deal with. But at the same time, do I just throw it on the channel that I'm doing all my other stuff? So I had a thought, do I upload it on BitChute, because BitChute is a quieter channel as opposed to this one, or do I just upload it on YouTube? But fuck it. If you want to watch it, watch it. You know what I mean? I don't want to start separating it. You know who I am. You know what I do for a living. So if an upload comes up that I'm decorating, if you'd rather fucking talk about the direction of the country, then, don't bother clicking that. Because I'll be talking about rubbing down walls. Not in a sexual way, you must understand. There's nothing sexual about rubbing down. Let me tell you. Nothing. Not when I come home looking like fucking Michael Jackson, full of white. So many got whacked yesterday. As in what, demonetized? All right. Right. For what reason? The usual, what, they're all Nazis? Facilitating and inciting hatred. What, is that the one they're using? I can rub you down, Plankton. What? Shit. You're taking it somewhere else, Plankton, there. Shit. I feel a love song coming on. But I'm a married man. The only thing I'm rubbing down is, I'm not even going to go there. I'm not going to go there. And Plankton, you're taking me there. Now you're the long knives last night. Oh, all right, okay, so-called wrong thing. Yeah, it's becoming Orwellian, isn't it? It is becoming Orwellian. And it'll do the job. It will do the job, but at the same time, it's going to create so much more animosity. You can't physically tell people to shut up when they know they've got a point. And that, it don't matter how you'd address it, on what different facet of the point we're talking about. That is what it boils down to. We all feel there's something wrong, and there's different people that are articulating what is going wrong. And because it doesn't fit the narrative that's being pushed out, you're being vilified for it. So that means then create the mass that you're inciting hatred. But at the same time, you've got people that are emotionally losing the cool at this moment. So the look of them is attributed to everyone else. So then you get innocent people that are demonetized. You'll get innocent people that are banned. You get innocent people that are called Nazi. It's fucked up. So you can still understand the point of the person who's actually going fucking nuts and acting in a inappropriate way. But at the same time, you just want to say to them, cool your head down, because you're not helping. You're not helping. I know you're mad. Ain't the whole world mad with what's going on? But you're not helping. Yes, Britain are. What? Great, as in Brit Girl? Yes, Tommy Robinson Live. You're all right, mate. Yes, so there's more people jumping on now. We were just jumping in, you're going to have to watch the beginning of the stream because I'm just talking about literally, I'm going to do a series of how to decorate Vids or how to do it my way, because there'll be other decorators that'll come in the comment section and you're not going to get blocked. You're not going to get, but they might say, well, don't use that brush, use that brush. Oh, and I wouldn't use that sandpaper, I'd use that. Leave them all, because all that'll be relevant. Soak it all up. You know what I mean? Brothers of the brush. Recent election, as in what, Brexit party? Or in what regard do you mean? Useless at painting? Well, hopefully after a couple of videos you won't be. You know what I mean? Slow it down. Slow it right down. Get the basics right, and then the painting bit is easy once you get the painting, the prep and the filling. You know, sometimes because you don't do that when you actually paint it, even though you've put a fresh color on it, you've glossed it, don't look that much better. But when you take your time, prep it before you even open a can of paint, by the time you're applying your paint, you'll see the benefits. You know. Can't stand the smell of paint. You're not the only one. But I've got what they call a painter's nose now, so it don't really bother me. But I've had to live with some oil-based paints that really do give off a pong. It don't bother me now. With other people that can walk in a room and they can feel nauseous. It stinks, you know, the smell of terps. I guess like a mechanic, I come home stinking of terps at times and whatnot. So it just, you get used to that kind of thing now, you know. The one thing you don't do is drink it. I've never done it. So, unless you lost your control of your emotions in Salford. What are you talking at a Tommy Robinson event now? Because half of the comment I didn't read. Yeah, it's understandable. You know, it's how you do it. You know, some people have done it worse than others, but I can understand why people are pissed, and I've been saying that from the word fucking go. But yet, because I kind of say it in such a style, it don't befit the anger that is in the movement, so they don't want to listen. That's how I feel. It's like, oh, you're not as pissed off as me because you're kind of saying, hi, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. And I'm not coming out going, these fucking Muslims. It's like, what? I can't deal with problems in that way. And not only that, you can see what's happening by doing that. You're falling into so many different traps. You're being played. Your emotions being drawn out here. There's no other way of putting it. When you've got an establishment that's openly saying that you're an actor, when they know it's the most disingenuous thing that they can say to probably 2/3 of this movement. You know, there's elements within this movement that are really fucked up in their head in all different manner of the way they see different outlooks of the world. People on the, oh shit. Yeah, so you know that. But you do get a lot of people that are stuck between a rock and a hard place. There's many people that I know that are just like me, chilled out, don't really want all this anger, don't want fighting, but we're just as pissed off as those waving the fist. And we don't want to get involved in all that because, you know, conversations probably get more done than showing hatred. So I do feel a lot on this channel, probably feel the same way. You know, everyone's pissed off about what's going on, but going calling people and all that crap, even if they're calling you, you know, bigger and better. Shit, I've had loads of names called me to me. Not only here, when I was young. Has that made me grown up hating the demographic that's calling me and building up my narrative that, well, I'm not liked, I'm not what? You know, it hasn't. I've risen above that shit. So that's probably the frustrating thing to me. I'm not saying I'm anything special, but I don't let that affect me. I try and be a bigger and better individual. I rise above it. Don't always work. And as you know, I'll be on streams and people will call me a joker. I'm like, you what? Call me a joker? And I'll fucking let them have it. Because life's too short. Stupid, I'm trying to talk logic here and you're just taking the piss. So I can understand it. But in this argument, and particularly filming it, filming the narrative, not that he's false, but he's genuine. You've got to be genuine. And even if someone does regard me as a Nazi, I know they're still a human being. I know they probably live 2 doors up from me. I know they still probably watch the same programs that I watched. I know they still probably are pissed off about the same things that are going on in this world. I know they still got to pay exactly the same types of bills that I've got to pay. Probably their kids are giving them shit just like my kids are giving. So it's like, we've got so many common ground talking points here. Why are you calling me a Nazi? You muppet. You know what I mean? So I just rise above it, and I think above that. And my wife said something the other day. We was having chats about the kids. You know what I mean? Different ups and downs with your kids. And she was saying to me that, you know what? You talk to them and you talk to them in a way that you've got the bigger picture. And it was almost like, well, they don't get the bigger picture. And I was like, yeah, I agree with that. And that's the way I do it. I'm not saying I've got the bigger picture, because I'm one man who knows very little, but I can see psychologically what's going on. Even without being in the echo chamber, I can see the mood that the whole movement is shifting towards. And I can see how that might end up with nastier elements having more of an attractive rhetoric, because people are not being listened to. People are constantly being told white privilege, you know what I mean? You're racist, you're this, that. Like anyone else. If you keep getting told something, you're going to be it, aren't you? So it's almost like psychologically the movement is being played and played and played. And it's hard to, one, see that, two, even if you see it, to kind of not react. Because even though you guys see it, it's still hard for you to not react. You know what I mean? So I get it. I get the emotion on either side, but I'm not prepared to be, just not. No. So anyway, did you see that woman yesterday's screech and that's it? Yeah, the one where she through the milkshake slowly followed. If that's the one, good on you, cat. Bigger and better. You know, just get a brick and bite on it, because it's hard, isn't it? Even though you've got the higher moral ground, you know you've been wronged. But you're still a better person, not reacting. But, you know. Yes. Yeah, right, Great Brit. Yeah, I did see it. It was absolutely disgusting. For that gentleman to, you know, that weird lefty woman that is so deranged, so disjointed from reality and logic and common sense, to do what she done. And she wasn't the only one, you know. And then someone found it funny to throw, and then he was getting pushed about. It's disgusting. Now, that is only going to anger people on this side. That will anger that guy. I didn't see that geezer react in a violent way. I didn't see the police doing too much to stop that either. So this is what I mean. It's a psychological trick. Why are they getting allowed to do that? Why, for God's sake, are they screaming such hatred when if you even... You know, if you was to go, fuck Islam once, not that I want to say it, but just saying, that's hatred. That's how they're professing it. You're getting slammed down. But yet, they can say, Nazi, 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 and scream. Hold the placard that close to your face. Be this close as I am to this camera and scream, scream, scream. It's sick. Bear in mind, these are supposedly intelligent adults that, for all intents and purposes, they could be working with children. They could be doing all manner of jobs, positions of authority. Now, how are you seeing people on this side getting deplatformed and people on this side that are losing their jobs and getting thrown out of houses? Why are they still in work? Because if you show, like I'm saying to you, don't react, don't act like a nut, or don't give them ammunition, but yet they do it. They do it, but yet no one says to them, you're acting like a nutter. People actually go, you're fighting fascism. So that is required to fight fascism. Not let's understand what this person is talking about. He's not come up to me doing the goose walk, doing a Heil Hitler salute in Nazi regalia. He's a normal, average geezer who has got concerns. So why don't we just... No, they can't. Because they're so indoctrinated on their brand of hatred against you. So that doing that is never going to solve anything. I hate you, you hate me, right? So that's a clever way of debating it. Fucking great, that. We're going to get the world sorted out in 10 minutes with that attitude. So there's something very adolescent and very childlike. That's why I don't even do approaching the left. Satanic. Yeah, well, there's something very satanic, upside down, just crazy about all this. That it is, it's light and dark, innit? I always say it's light and dark. What that woman expressed to that man is just sheer dark energy. You can't say anything more than that. To do that, which you don't even know him. You know what I mean? I don't believe he come across in a way that actually justified that. But having said that, what would any man have to do to justify that? All he's done is walk there. How can you be an enemy when he's not even said what he's about? He's just not on your side. So how is anyone going to sort the argument out with that mentality? So then that's what I don't like about this side, the way it goes, right, let's attack the left, let's go on the left, they're doing my fucking head in, I'm sick of this. I'm like, you're just doing the same as them. I'm off over there. Paint the fucking walls. You know what I mean? I know people have perceived that when I've done that, I've become a lefter and I'm attacking them. I'm not. I'm just saying, you're both kind of doing it in a way. Because I'm trying to be more elevated than the fucking pair he is. It's like, what? But hey, you know, I'm not arrogant and I don't go on like I know it all either. But what I will say, some of the talking points I was bringing up 6 to 8 months ago have come to fruition. You know what I mean? Not many people were talking about drinking on marches. Not many, I brought it up, got a load of shit for it. Not many people were talking about the different negative elements within marches that can ruin you. You know, not many people were talking about it. Let's not do it. Let's just hold another march. Forget it. You know, we've got NF behind us. Fuck it. It's not there. Let's just carry on. I spoke about it. Look, fucking world caved in. But yet, it's a talking point that you need because 2 years down the line, that rhetoric's going to become more acceptable when you keep getting vilified over and over again. You're going to end up going, well, fucking hell. His point of view is not that bad, actually. Come to think of it. Sick of these lot, because they're not listening. Go to the left, they just scream at me and throw frigging milkshakes. Yes, Martin. You want to fight? Yeah, you know, Plankton. I want to fight. I want to fight. I want to fight. But I can't. And it's not in me to do that in a sense that there's cause and effect. With everything you do, there's cause and effect. If I go and spread love to someone, the cause and effect, I'm hoping I'll get love back if they're on the same wavelength. If I go up to that same person and slap him or her, cause and effect. So I don't want to bring on a chain of events that's going to fuck it up for a younger generation moving up. You know what I mean? I want to hold myself up, be proud of what my argument's about, and be able to stand there and go, yeah, I represent this. And what? That's a kind of a Mancunian. And what? Same as Martin. Same as nothing but love. But listen, this stream has been going on for 1 hour 10. And yeah, I'm sure you can, Plankton. I'm in mid-40s and I can still throw a punch. Mate, you've got some issues, dude. Seriously. Seriously. Put Kool and the Gang on. Summer madness. Chill you right out. Seriously. Don't let it get to you. Because if it does, you know, it creates dark energy within yourself. Do you want to be dark? That's the question. Because what you're actually saying, and when you want to attack the left, do you want to, see you later, cat, do you want to become dark? And I don't want to become dark. I don't want this, what I've been doing, to make me dark over progression. I still want to stay as light as possible, because light is going to overthrow the dark. You know what I mean? We all can't wait for the sun to come up. It's shit when it's dark, innit? You know what I mean? So anyway, on that note, I'm going to get going, guys. I'm going to get going. Rapper's Delight, tune and a half. Honestly, when you bring comments up, I could get another 20 minutes out of this. So with that, guys, CIA sub. Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you for all your positivity. And you know, we all know the world's mad, but hey, let's get the roller on the wall. Take it out. You know what I mean? Instead of getting on lefties, get a bit of sandpaper and rub that freaking wall down. But don't use too abrasive sandpaper, whatever you do. So guys, I'm gonna get going. Thank you, guys. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you, Steve-O. And yeah, that's what'll happen in the next couple of weeks. You will see a trickle of a series of videos, and then the next outing I will be at the 22nd of June, which I think it's a Saturday, and it will be in Kent. It will be Voicing CSA, an event held by Philip Lafferty and Chris Harper and gang. And I'll probably be going down on the Friday, so I'll probably maybe do a little bit of something. And I'm hoping to hold an interview with an individual while I'm down there as well. So thank you very much, guys. Enjoyed the chat, all the different directions. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. I love you all. Even the pissing haters. See you now. Love you.